My last video was about the most underrated album of all time, so what naturally comes after that is the most overrated. But I'm not doing that shit because I'm talking about my favorite album of all time, which is Cilvia Demo by Isaiah Rashad. And I'm just going to talk about each track individually. Hereditary starts off the album with unique production and catchy flows. The song sounds nostalgic, and it mentions a recurring topic of the album, which is about Zay's absent father, whose bad behaviors still stick with him to this day. Next is Webbie Flow, which is one of the many bangers on the album with relatable lyrics and a chill hook. For most of the hard songs, I won't have much to say except that they go hard, so be ready for that. The title track Cilvia Demo is one of my favorites, mostly because of the hook. It is the catchiest shit ever. Also, the beat on this is super creative. The verses go crazy too. Also, a couple more references to his dad. R.I.P. Kevin Miller is an homage to Master P's brother with the hook, and the song is so fucking hard. The layered vocals on the verses sounds really cool, and it makes each line hit harder than they normally would. Ronnie Drake featuring SZA is the first of 2 collabs with SZA on the album. Zay has 2 verses, and this is some of his best writing on the whole album, especially the second verse, talking about problems of black men, talking about death and how people only care about you when you're dead. Really good writing. Savannah featuring SZA again. This is my favorite song with the both of them. It makes me want a collab album with them because their chemistry is so good. This also has great lyrics. This song is amazing. Soliloquy is a short banger with a hard piano beat. It also has some pretty funny lyrics. Tranquility is like the name suggests. It's a very tranquil song and a really chilled out and simple beat. This is another lyrically strong track with similar topics to Ronnie Drake. My favorite line is "They treat lyrics like I hold triggers," which is so good, and the whole part of the song about how people judge rappers for influencing the youth and blame them for everything that is wrong, but then turn around and say that rappers aren't doing anything worth noting. Really great track. Menthol featuring Jean or Jean, I don't really know, is really smooth. My favorite part of the song is the second verse. Modest is another banger with great verses and a good hook. The beat is really cool. I have no clue what this sound in the background is, but it is really dope. Heavenly Father is one of my favorite songs of all time. It feels like the whole entire album was building up to this track because of all the mentions of Isaiah's father. He talks about suicide, depression, over-reliance on drugs, and obviously his relationship with his dad. If you haven't heard it, you probably would expect it to sound really depressing, like another song that I talked about, which is Mommy Dearest by Boldy James, which has a similar subject matter, but it sonically sounds a lot different. It kind of reminds me of Hey Ya by Outkast, where the song sounds really happy, but the lyrics are very depressing. If you haven't heard the album, at least listen to this song. Banana is my second favorite track on the album, mostly because of the second verse. It's really good lyrically, but it has to do with his delivery. He shows so many emotions on that verse. It is so good. Brad Jordan featuring Michael Da Vinci is a really good song. If I think of summer, I would think of this song. It is just really fun. Shot You Down remix featuring J-Rock and Schoolboy Q. The best part of this song is that everybody gets a full verse, and I still can't think of who has the best verse. Zay's verse is really good. J-Rock is always gonna kill a feature. He sounds so mad and gritty on this verse, but I might have to give it to Q. His verse is so good, but you could really give it to anybody on this. Cilvia Demo is my favorite album of all time and is easily a 10. I really wish there was a vinyl for this. I'm just waiting on my House is Burning one right now. Let me know what your favorite album is, and that's about it. I'll see y'all next video.